Welcome to APDesign Digital Tools. In this video, we'll start talking about creating a kind of custom form for the base of the stairs. Obviously, we can't have the stairs kind of end a couple treads short. So we're going to just go to the component, and again, we're going to model in place. And once we do that, we want to go roll down to maybe not the stairs, because there doesn't seem to be a stair family. We will create a floor family. This will be the base stairs. Now I'm showing you all of this not kind of to show you what you should or should not do for your stair, your main stair, but to introduce maybe what you possibly could do. What I would expect is that you don't really go crazy about designing something kind of extraordinary. Again, I understand this is just a 1-hour class that you're taking to kind of learn the software, get comfortable with it. But just, somehow modify it in some way from kind of what I'm doing to make it a little bit of your own. So I would expect you to make some uniqueness within the stair, but don't go overboard unless you just kind of want to and you see that you might use it in your next project. Of course, then I think it's good and healthy to be obsessed about certain things. Okay, as designers, we get obsessed all the time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to create this base. One thing you might kind of already know, you should know from design school, is that in a stair we not only have to kind of take care of getting everybody down and making sure they're safe when they do that, but then so that they don't walk underneath the stair. If there's no kind of walls underneath the stair, that there's this kind of floating object that maybe a blind person might run their head right into or run right into. If there's not something that blocks within a 6'8" kind of height below the stair, that if there isn't that, then you aren't up to code. So what I'm going to do is going to kind of take care of that with the base of my stair. It's not really a unique idea, but it's something that is a good kind of way of starting the thought process of designing stairs. So I'm going to make this a 16-inch extrusion. I'm just doing some basic extrusion, so not getting too carried away. And so if we go back to the 3D view, kind of see this kind of very, very basic kind of rendering of it, and I should be kind of within the 6'8" zone, so a cane would hit that from a blind person and they would know that there is something there, an obstacle in their way. Okay, so I've taken care of kind of the code issue, but again we have a 14-inch tread, or rise, so that's probably not a good idea. So what I might want to do is add some other element. So I'm going to go back into that. I guess I am in it now. And I'm going to add another extrusion. Only this one I'm going to call a void. And let's go back into the level 1. And I will draw another extrusion. Only this will be a void. Alright, I might have to try to line that up later. Okay, so 1 foot by 9 foot, that looks about right. Now I might see where that's located in the world, how tall it is. Looks like it's going to be the same, but I'm going to have it start at, say, 7 inches, so it's starting kind of above the base of the floor, and it goes 14 inches. Sure, I think that'll work. What I might want to do is kind of make sure it has some alignment. I think I'll align it with the kind of whatever this stone is here and lock that in and do the same on this side. Now be careful when you lock alignments. That is really the only way to kind of reference any geometry to another geometry. So the idea being that as I would move the size of this kind of tread, that this would move, and so maybe I should demonstrate that. So I just created that, and I'm going to finish the model, and now let's kind of go in and we'll edit this stair So I'm going to call it, like, say 8 feet. And the hope is that, yeah, so this is associated with that. So as I change that, that'll change. Now I would use that somewhat sparingly. You'll get used to kind of telling it, it'll create an error. Like if I tried to now move this, it should error out on me because I didn't move it given the parent kind of geometry. I moved it kind of using this geometry's nodes. So it does, it kind of creates a very strongly linked geometry, but it can be a very kind of, if you knew that was never going to change, that it's always going to be the same width, then obviously that would be a really great time to associate this width to that width. Okay, so I'm done with that. Okay, so let's take a look in 3D view. Always kind of have a 3D view available so you can kind of really see what you wrought. Now I get away with this, I should get away with this because I may have to make this landing a little deeper kind of per code, but I don't need a railing until it goes to like a 3-foot kind of scenario. So this 14-inch ledge actually works without having the railing. So now we're in pretty good shape. Because it's a floor, I could actually draw the railing to follow it. So if that became something that you had to have, or perhaps you kind of have this landing go beyond the 3 feet, of course I can still draw a railing, just like I'm about to draw above.